The Health Services Mental Health Program of the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe held a community training event in the ballrooms of the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino and Resort. The Akwesasne Zero Suicide Initiative is meant to train community members and professionals in the community to be trauma-informed when it comes to matters of suicide or suicide care. Mental Health Director Kanien'kehá explains the importance of the holistic approach and what it involves.
It's very important to have a holistic approach to training and suicide care, and that holistic approach should be involving and encompassing the natural world, the spiritual world, ancestry, and support through those streams of healing that is much needed in the community that was so hindered in the past. And we call that the holistic approach, which means that we have to go back into communities and families and understand the experiences of Indigenous people.
Harvey Hearn, one of the speakers for the Cultural Conversations for Suicide Prevention, spoke about how identifying and applying different aspects of our culture can help us gain a better understanding and guide us to a better way of life.
Anything and everything starts when we're the babies coming into this world and what we're taught, what we're learned. And unfortunately, we have this multi-cultural thing with like a European model, a linear model, modernization, colonization, and holistic thinking. So it's all integrated in our upbringing some way, somehow, but it's never really explained. So that's part of my job, is to come back and identifying all these factors to help people navigate to a better life, in the sense of like that confusion creates. So if we're aware of our feelings and can identify that, and a lot of that's through the fasting, sweat lodges, and then on our own Kanien'kehá and all our ceremonies, that all talks about grounding and all those things, and unfortunately we don't follow them in the way we used to. Some of us just think of it as a small piece. Like we can do the Kanien'kehá, which is the Thanksgiving address, and we can rattle that off so fast, and we're so proud we can say it, but we don't really feel it. So we're not really incorporating it. We just learned it. So incorporating these things in our daily lives is what really helps us navigate all this stuff. So knowing we wouldn't get to this place with all the things, the addictions, the domestic violence, and the crime, all those things all stem from basic understandings.
Hearn expresses his thoughts on why suicide prevention is so important in today's society, with the effects of social media and children having to grow up too fast.
This social media is really taking a toll, because how much of it is real? It's just stuff. And all of a sudden you start to believe this stuff because you've seen it so many times, and it ain't true, but we're made to think it's true. Getting to meet these kids, allowing them to be kids, because a lot of them get, again, inundated with adulting early. It's not their responsibility to do a lot of the things that they're put or made to do. There's time, place, and all that stuff for that learning in a way, but when it's forced upon us, that creates that, the empathy, the sympathy, and that compassion, that nurturing, and all those kind of fall by the wayside. So then it's a cry for help. And the ones that follow through are never answered. So we need to answer that cry for help and do what we can. Make a safe space for anybody and everybody, regardless, So it's really important today.
If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, there is help available. You can help prevent a loss to suicide.